Vuelve Originals con la mediterránea y la campesina a Burger King. Y tú volverás a sorprenderte.
¿Nunca te has preguntado qué más hay ahí fuera?
Pizca de compasión. Claro, tampoco es que Ed sea un defensor de la justicia, que dona dinero a los pobres o algo así. Después de todo, él también es un criminal, pues es opción, la carta que ya es ilegalidad, eso era lo justo, siendo la única.
Get out of there!
Bear, crow, something white.
Roach!
Just the person I'd be looking for were I not forced to seek Anaïs Lavalette. You have much to explain, Brigida Paperbrook.
Oh no, you'll not pin this on me. I trusted you and you sent me into a den of vipers. Vipers!
Another Vess.
This is no time for pleasantries, Geralt. Calm yourself, Brigida. You were to watch Foltest's children. I saw nothing dangerous in the task. Obviously I was wrong, but I need your help. Anaïs has been kidnapped. Boosie is likely dead. I need to know how this happened. I need to know the details.
You knew well what you were getting me into. You know that entire rotting bunch. The Count, the Baron.
Not half as well as you do, my dear. Who were those men?
Not so fast, Roach. I have been hiding in this city for 3 days, scurrying about like a rat. They're hunting me. I'll not let you leave me here.
What do you propose?
Escort me out of the city, to the river.
What will that get you?
I expected I would need to fend for myself. I've secured passage. Take me there, and I will tell you all.
It's a long way.
You've a traitor in your camp, Roach. Perhaps more than one. What happened to Foltest's bastards is no series of coincidences. It's the result of a clever, treacherous game.
Damn it all. Geralt, I need to look to Anais, learn how we're to get to her. But Brigida might know what happened to Busi. Thus far, we've heard nothing but rumors. Take her to the river.
All right, Roach. I'll help you this one last time.
I'll search for a back way into the Kedweni camp.
You're forgetting. I came here for Triss.
Whatever you decide to do later, so be it. But a traitor in the Temerian camp threatens us all. Escort Brigida, learn what you can.
I'd thank you, Roach, if you weren't such a shit.
I'm counting on you, Geralt. Brigida must get to her destination safely.
Good luck, Roach. Which way are we headed?
We shall leave Loch Muin through the Order's camp. We won't be bothered there. Then we'll descend the mountain path and go onto the river. Who knows what we'll find?
Expecting someone?
I remember
Does
you.
it matter, Witcher?
You did mention vipers.
Blessed be the eternal
Maravel
fire.
and Kimbot. Powerful men. Important in the Temerian camp. And thick and scrupulous.
Vernon's mentioned them. I guess I have them to thank for an interesting chat Roach and I had a while back. Know them well.
Too early to pry, Witcher. I'll not let you pick my brain and abandon me.
The main path leads to the right.
That's where they're likely to be waiting.
Roach would say they'd be waiting along both paths.
Roach. You're with me, not him. And I decide for myself. I've agreed to meet someone on the riverbank. We'll go through the wood. Calm thus far. Your dear Roach seems to have been wrong.
You two have a history, or do I have it wrong?
He asked a favor of me. I was to stay with Foltest's children, watch them, travel with them if necessary. Child's play, the bastard called it. That's how I wound up in the caravan transporting the children to Loch Muin for the summit.
Yeah, that clearly went sour. Tell me more.
Soon enough. We've just got to make it through the forest. It's a short way to the river beyond that. It should be calm.
Let's go.
It's not far now. Redlin awaits down by the river, at the end of this path.
Is Redlin another of Roach's contacts?
No, a smuggler. I'd be looking for another way out if he were Roach's man.
Stay behind me.
It's Roach's bitch! Kill them!
Temeria for Temerian!
expecting us.
No time to lose. How much further?
Not far. We must stay on this path. It's the shortest way.
You've gotten into some serious trouble.
I should say so. Mary's not at peace. Or the reason himself. This is the smuggler I spoke of.
This was the smuggler you spoke of. Someone's coming.
You'll not sail off, you whore! Kill her!
Thank you. I'd not have survived on my own.
Talk, woman. You've dragged me far away from the city. You owe me an explanation. Who were those men? Who have you been hiding from?
I don't know.
3 days like a rat, you said, and you don't know?
I knew. I mean, I had my suspicions.
So talk. Who's out to kill you?
I don't know.
There you go again.
Truly, I cannot be sure. At first I thought it was revenge for the children. But he knows I'm no traitor.
It's not Roach. We both know that.
Yes, you're right.
Tell me about the Vipers.
They created this storm.
Are they working together?
I would say they detest one another. Or that's what they wish everyone to believe. The devil only knows.
What does Baron Kimbold want?
A strong Temeria, and a strong North. He's obsessed. He believes we're surrounded by rebels and traitors. The Lavalettes, the Marabels.
He's probably not alone in that belief.
But he is alone in believing that he himself is the remedy for that ailment. The Baron sees himself on the Temerian throne. He claimed he would achieve this by marrying Anais.
Isn't she a little young for him?
He's a disgusting old setter. He'd be a tyrant were he to don the crown.
You know what the Count intends?
No, but I cannot imagine anyone more different from Baron Kimbold.
Meaning?
I would call him a sheep were his heart not black. He's a jester, an especially nasty one, though I cannot identify his master. He may not even have one.
Seems you got to know the Baron and the Count well. Then there's Roach. Pretty interesting social life, I'd say.
Being a courtier, that was no life for me. I thought it terribly dull and found a remedy.
Searching for excitement shouldn't get you killed.
It's the last time I do anything of the sort.
You can't be sure of that. Is Vernon the only person you do favors for?
I've never betrayed Temeria, if that's what you ask.
What happened to the convoy carrying Anais and Busi? What about the children?
We were ambushed. The caravan was destroyed.
I need details.
We were traveling along the agreed path, with a limited escort so as not to draw attention. The children were in 2 separate wagons, a safety measure, I was told.
Which one were you in?
I was with Anais. One day a messenger appeared with orders for the caravan's commander. A change of plans. We turned north to travel a longer route for safety's sake. Soon after the turnoff, we were attacked. The attackers were killing everyone indiscriminately. One pulled me from the wagon, but a bolt pierced his neck. It was mayhem. I ran for the bushes and hid.
Did you see what happened to the children?
The driver of Busi's wagon was shot. The horses got spooked and ran off into the forest, taking the wagon with them. When the fighting was done, they found Anais still in her wagon. I turned away for fear of what they might do. They merely grabbed her and fled.
Any idea what happened to the caravan commander's orders?
I have them. After they took Anais, the bastards were in a hurry. They didn't even think to search the corpses. Take them.
Thanks. Sure you can manage that boat?
I must. I'll not return to the city. Thank you again, Witcher. And follow this through. You'll do us all a favor.
Blessed be the eternal fire.
In its radiance,
I remember you from Vizir.
Kingslayer. You have it coming.
cormorants! A string of cormorants!
Undeniably an interesting personage. True game. You are to guard the camp like it's the Emperor's treasure.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Let so much as a flea slip through, and you shall pay with your heads.
Blessed be the eternal fire.
In its radiance.
Wait.
You are to guard the camp like it's the Emperor's treasure.
Yes, Your Excellency.
Let so much as a flea slip through, and you shall pay with your heads.
How are things?
You're either very unobservant or very rude. I thought I'd meet some of my colleagues from years past, chat with them and reminisce, but they all turn their heads away and treat me like air.
Mages aren't known for being polite.
They've all...
What's he doing here?
Can we go?
Not just yet.
You have it coming.
I believe there's been a misunderstanding, my lord.
Get out before I call my guards.
And what might I convey?
Nothing.
Baron, sir, you gave your word.
For the last time, out! Tend to this matter.
The convoy carrying Anais and Busi was ambushed. Why?
I'd like to know that myself.
I've seen your letter to Horst Lubbock, the one in which you ordered him to abandon the planned route.
Nonsense! I sent no such letter.
The letter bears your seal and signature, Baron.
Where is it?
I have it.
Show me.
You'll have to take my word.
The word of a wandering monster slayer means nothing to me. If that's the situation, I've said all I have to say. I wrote no such letter.
Words come cheap, Baron. I'm finding it hard to believe you.
I care little for what you believe. If this letter exists, we are dealing with a forgery. Whoever is behind this has crossed a Temerian noble, and will be duly punished. My scribe will test the letter and confirm what I claim.
My claim? My scribe? I'd hardly call that impartial. Maybe I should just deliver the letter to Natalis.
Any accusation will be quickly dismissed. Heed my words, Witcher. It would be unwise of you to jump to any conclusions. Speak with my scribe. There are objective means of examining the letter's authenticity. I promise to pay you well for learning the truth.
The truth does taste better when payment's involved.
King Slayer.
So many crowned heads in one place. You must be pleased.
Roach may trust you, but I'm not so sure. What do you want?
There's a traitor among the Temerians.
Careful, Witcher. You'd better have evidence if you plan to accuse someone of treason.
Busi and Anais.
Yes?
Anais was kidnapped on Baron Kimbold's orders.
Have you any proof?
A letter I got from Brigida Pepperbrock.
Dame Pepperbrock is alive?
Yeah, but she's far away by now.
Kimbold's signature and official seal. It does appear the Baron arranged everything. I'm grateful to you, Witcher. So you see, Count, I find myself in an unenviable position, one in which I require the support of your forces in arresting Baron Kimbolt.
Baron Kimbolt, a child slayer. Gods protect us.
Can I rely on you, Count?
The very thought of standing against a highborn peer fills me with trepidation. But a crime this cruel cannot go unpunished. Consider myself and my forces at your disposal, John Natalis.
Representatives of the Council of Regents. Did any come with you?
Only Baron Kimbolt and Count Maravel. The other 5 remain in Vizima. It seems that save Baron Orval, most spend their time trying to devise a way to undermine Anais' claim to the throne.
Kimbolt and Maravel. What's their stance?
Well, they've taken opposing positions, as one might expect. The Baron believes Anais' origin, if you will, stands in the way of her taking the throne, though it's common knowledge that he would simply prefer to seat himself on it. Whereas Maravel has said that Foltest's children have his full support. He stated this in Vizima before the entire council. One thing is certain, words come cheap. Those two may change their minds in a flash if Anais is found and recovered.
Impressive summit, but not all the players have their representatives here.
The most important do. The mages thought about inviting everyone, but time is short.
What about Edirn? It's a huge country.
Torn by conflict and rebellion with no clear ruler. They're not to be taken seriously at this point.
Sounds like the Kedweni point of view. The Edirnians see it differently, I'm sure. The mages will want to get as much as they can out of this summit, and monarchs don't generally like others dictating terms. This may end in a row.
There will be no row. The mages now rely on the mercy of the northern kingdoms. The amphitheater itself is also protected by an anti-magic shield, like the one used at Thanedd. The times of mage impunity are gone. They will be shown their place.
Kingslayer.
What's he doing here?
Can we go?
Brigida Papabrock. She gave me some pretty good leads.
Tell me.
Natalis arrested the Baron. Kimbolt will be tried in Vizima.
They should take off his head. Can we go?
Let's do this.
Deathmold is a dead man.
I'm guessing you don't have a plan.
In fact, I do. We need to kill Deathmold and rescue the royal child.
You never did like playing it by ear.
I learned from the best.
See that? Deathmold's put up that magic barrier again. Apparently not a single sound seeps through.
I dread to think what he's doing inside.
Why are you here?
We have business with Deathmold.
The sorcerer is busy. No one's to disturb him.
Recognize me?
Should we?
Of course you should, unless you don't care about being promoted.
Who are you?
Now!
This is my banquet. I don't want any unwanted guests. Quickly, up top!
Help me up! The low road's yours. I'll take the walls.
Close that cursed gate!
Hang on! I've nearly unblocked it!
Tighter! Tighter! Defend the passage!
I killed them all. He'll pay dearly!
Unit 2! Block the passage!
Ready, Geralt!
Pull you up here, you cunts! I'll pull your legs out of your arse! You're dead, meat! Send for reinforcements! Block that swiving passage! Man your positions, you whore sons! Close ranks! I'll pull your
I've got a crossbow, Geralt. Leave it to me!
Close ranks! Tighter! Tighter! Defend the passage! Gotta step backwards! For the king! Defend the passage! You dying or not? Hold your positions! Gotta step backwards! I'll pull your legs out of your arse! For the king! I can't win! Tighter! Tighter! Defend the passage! Forward! Attack!
We're doing well, Geralt!
For Henselt! Get him!
All's clear! I'm coming over to you! Say your prayers!
Cut you down!
What's he doing?
Sounds like he's awfully busy.
It is. Interrupt. Strangely quiet in here.
I can hear him. Deathmold's here and he's not alone.
Damn it!
Did you see Radovid's retinue? I swear the snot-nosed lad thinks he's king of the world. He should never have shown up here after the recent events in Redania. Honestly, if he grows to be another Vizimir, I hope he ends up like the first. And those robes of his, did you see? All right, there's time for one more. Pants off. You've broken my arm! You've broken my arm! Do you know it's worth, you son of a bitch?
Now it's worth shit like the rest of you.
What do you want? I'll give you anything.
You can't give back what you took from me. Cutting off your balls and slitting your throat will have to do.
No!
You reap what you sow.
Time to free Foltest's daughter.
Have mercy! He forced me!
Are you all right? I am Vernon Roach of Temeria. This is Witcher Geralt.
She's terrified.
If Deathmold touched her, I'll kill the son of a bitch all over again.
What'll you do with the child, Vernon?
I made an arrangement with Radovid, and Vernon Roach always keeps to his word.
Kings only keep their promises when it suits them.
We saw him together. You heard what he said.
You didn't have Anais then. Now you do. Take a minute, consider your options.
I'm a soldier, not a diplomat.
Well, you need to start thinking like a diplomat. You're about to decide Temeria's future. What would Radovid gain by allowing Temeria to remain independent?
Well, he married the eldest of Foltest's daughters and will wait until she bears him a child. In which case he'll marry Anais off to one of his barons. If Ada fails to produce an heir, he'll rid himself of her. He'll marry Anais and unite the two kingdoms.
Anais is not of age.
But she will be. The kingdoms united could even resist Nilfgaard.
Anais won't don the crown anytime soon. A lot could happen in the meantime. A lot could change.
True enough, but you can't predict everything.
Still, it might be worth trying. What else could you do?
Nothing. I either break my pledge to Radovid or honor it.
Suppose you break it.
I'll make another enemy.
Enemies are something you can handle. You said so yourself. The Temerian delegation is in Loch Muin. Maybe we should consider handing the child over to them.
John Natalis. Good soldier, poor politician.
Natalis may not be the most polished diplomat, but both your grandmothers tilled the same soil. Your grandfathers fought side by side.
By taking the child to John Natalis, I'll spark a civil war. The barons won't acknowledge her right to the throne until they feel a boot on their neck.
I don't claim giving her to the Temerians will solve all your problems. But freedom's precious, Vernon. One of those things you don't appreciate until it's gone. Considered what they'll say in Temeria when they hear Vernon Roach handed their crown princess to the head of a foreign state?
If Radovid keeps to his word, they just might name a holiday after me.
Careful, Vernon. It's a slippery slope. You could easily be branded a traitor, and brands are tough to scrub off.
I guess you're right. Dishonored I'll be no one. Not in Temeria, not anywhere else. Natalis it is. Come, child. I'll take you to a safe place.
Looks like someone's provided an escort.
In the name of King Radovid, we demand that you hand over the child of Louisa La Valette.
We're headed elsewhere.
Not my concern. My orders are clear.
We are not Radovid's subjects. His orders don't apply to us.
If you won't come peacefully...
Look around before you threaten us again, you fool.
Hide in the building. eternal fire! For honor!
So, to the Temerian camp?
We've lost a lot of time. The talks have probably begun. Come, child.
Henselt will want to avenge his dead sorcerer.
Henselt hates me anyway, for humiliating him when he was in my hands. Geralt, damn you, where are you going? Come back. I'm never short of enemies. I've learned to live with it. Geralt, damn you, where are you going? Come back.
You never know how the Temerians will receive Anais.
She's of royal blood, that should be enough.
Many in Temeria believe the bloodline ended with Foltest.
What are you trying to tell me?
That some of your countrymen may already see themselves as the founders of a new dynasty.
If you want to find me, I'll be at the talks.
See you, Vernon.
Oh! Renounce magic, I tell you! Shatter your tower!
It's a brazen attack. King
Break
Radovid
your
will learn
wands
of this.
and burn your hats! Turn away the black
Pull yourself
cats!
together.
And the bat! Swiving son of a cunt! His cocksucking motherfucking majesty!
Excuse me?
Oh, pardon me, sir, I meant no offense.
You're leaving the deliberations. Why?
Henselt! He used to have all Edirn where to live in a Kedwenny yoke! Scandalous.
No one opposed him?
None! Radovid drools for Temeria, and will let that lout have anything in exchange. The North will never be the same again. I must return home. Farewell.
Roach had murder in his eyes. He wanted blood and couldn't care less that it was royal, that this was what Letho would have wanted. The death of a king is the triumph of chaos, civil war, famine, fear among common folk, a time of disdain. That is the only reason Henselt remains alive and Kedwen grows stronger. Thousands of Kedwenis live better lives because their ruler is an amoral, ruthless son of a bitch who stands above the law.
Interrex, John Natalis.
So, even the Nilfgaardians...
This will be a great moment. Ready?
Let's get this done.
Temeria is internally divided. As Constable of Temeria, I'm in no position to speak for the whole country regarding the Council and the Conclave. I am honored to speak on Temeria's behalf before this esteemed body. But I'm only the Constable. I cannot be sure some Baron won't cancel my signature in a week.
What's your point, Constable?
I lack my country's support regarding the Council and the Conclave. Neither do I intend to seek the crown, for I've lesser blood in my veins. And as a soldier, I know my place in the ranks.
Well said, John Natalis. Temeria, the realm separating the north from Emir Va Emrys, and most importantly from his armies, is divided and weak. Yet this land deserves law and order, which cannot be provided by the quarreling rabble spoilt by Foltest's generosity. Incessant wars between Temerian princelings are not in Kedwin's interest. Too many important trade routes run through the land.
Redania will also take no comfort from unrest in Temeria. Therefore, we cannot leave the realm to its own devices.
Temeria is an independent state, well able to resolve its own problems. You seek to tear Foltest's legacy to pieces, appropriate what was never meant to be yours.
Calm down, John Natalis. We will speak of that in due course, once we know with whom. As you said yourself, you cannot speak for all of Temeria.
Before you begin skinning a bear that still breathes, King Radovid, King Henselt, behold, Anais La Valette. Royal blood courses through her veins. She is the rightful heir to the Temerian throne.
This child is a bastard.
The girl will go to Vizima, where she will be presented to the nobility. She is yet too young to rule, but our laws of succession make provision for such cases.
Do you think the child will ever sit on the Temerian throne?
Natalis won't let her be harmed. We did all we could.
To the matter at hand. The document describing the charter of the Council and the Conclave is, as previously ascertained, an exact copy of the charter found in the ruins on Thanet Island. The more important question relates to the Conclave and its power to designate royal advisors. Today, randomly chosen mages and sorceresses reside at many courts. However, in the time of the previous conclave, such persons were carefully chosen.
Why shouldn't we pick our own advisors?
These individuals bear great responsibility, Your Majesty. The conclave needs to be certain they are competent.
And that they will keep the conclave's interests in mind.
Obviously, sire. The conclave's chief interest is the well-being and prosperity of the northern kingdoms. The document has been signed by every member of the conclave we have proposed, as well as by all but one of the designated advisors. We await only Sheila de Tanseville's signature.
Without our royal seals, you shall be allowed to designate advisors to cowherds at most.
That is true, Your Majesty.
My kings, before you sign this document, please hear me out.
Excellency, with all due respect, this matter does not concern Nilfgaard in the least.
I am here at King Henselt's bidding. Will you deny my right to speak?
What is the meaning of this?
This man tried to kill me this morning. He attempted to take an Imperial envoy's life in your lands.
I presume he was interrogated.
He confessed. Foltest and Demiven died by his hand. He also revealed the identity of his employers.
Sorceresses. They helped me with my assassinations.
Speak on.
The Lodge of Sorceresses sought to remove those rulers who acted against the will of mages.
Lodge of Sorceresses.
We have compiled a list. Philippa Eilhart, Margarita Loantil, Triss Merigold, Kira Metz, Francesca Findaber, Ida Emin, and finally, Sheila de Tanseville. To my deepest regret, 2 Nilfgaardian sorceresses, Asira Varanahid and Fringa de Vigo, were also members. The Emperor will deal with them accordingly.
Your Majesty, what's the meaning of this?
Arrest them all. Your document will have to wait, honorable sorcerers.
You have no right.
Surrender now if you don't want another massacre, this time in Lochmuin. A court of law will reveal the traitors.
Geralt, we're cut off! I can't get through! Sheila! You must get Sheila!
Turn back while you can, Witcher. You can't stop me, not you, not anyone else. If I have to, I will kill you. How do you like my dragon? Kill him now!
late. I've already managed to stabilize the portal.
You've got nowhere to run. Sooner or later, somebody will find you.
I prefer to leave on my own terms.
Where's Letho?
Sir Synthesis will tend to him, as she will to all the fools who get a hard-on at the mere thought of burning a sorceress at the stake.
Where is he?
I don't know, fool. I've been looking for him since Foltest's assassination. Letho cheated all of us. We were deceived by his dull face and sluggish stare. Don't you understand? The Lodge sought a way to get rid of Demavend, that's true. He was a weak, volatile king. Edirn would eventually choke to death under his rule. We chose the lesser evil. He had to be eliminated, and Letho happened to be at hand.
Foltest? Henselt?
We had nothing to do with that. After assassinating Demavend, Letho used our gold and magical support to find and meet Yorveth. The elf was to help him hide until the matter blew over, or so I thought. The Lodge did not condemn Foltest to die.
Then who did?
Nilfgaard. Letho is the king of liars and emperor of traitors. From the start, he worked for the glory of the great sun and the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes. He lied to everyone. Me, Yorveth, your stupid little Triss, and you.
Got any evidence?
A moment ago, I received a message from the Lodge's agent in Sintra. The Imperial army is on the move. They're fording the Yaruga now. Do you think the North can defend itself in the current situation? And can you count on another miracle at Brenna?
I don't know, but you made it all possible and you'll answer for that. The stigma of treason is yours for all time.
We shall see. For no one will leave this city alive. No one will tell this story. Philippa controls the dragon. As soon as I disappear, it will turn the city into a flaming tomb.
The dragon attacked Foltest's troops during the siege of Lavalette Castle. That hardly supports your tale.
We did not control it then. We may have lost a battle, but the war is just beginning. You, however, shall not take part in it. This is your end, Witcher.
Farewell! Something's not right! The diamond! Someone replace the diamond! This one's flawed! I'll be torn to bits! Geralt, remove it!
You waited long enough. Should you survive, go south to Nilfgaard, where you'll find Yennefer of Vengerberg. Farewell, Witcher.
handiwork, sire.
In the beginning, there was chaos.
How did it go with the dragon?
It had a hard landing, impaled on a tree. I had to kill it.
The relentless march of time. Too bad, but there was really no choice. The sorceresses would have used it without hesitation.
Know the worst thing, Roach? That was possibly the last dragon in this world. Gone. A beautiful, noble creature. The Lodge made it a simple tool.
We'll get them, Witcher. The sorceresses have it coming. Radovid and the other kings already ordered firewood to be gathered for the pyres.
What about the Council and the Conclave?
I'd sooner expect the proclamation of an inquisitorial synod.
Not all sorceresses deserve the stake.
You can't make an omelette.
Without breaking some eggs, I know. How is the future Queen of Temeria?
She's safe. She's even started to speak. Old Natalis tried to give her a doll. Know what she said?
How would I?
That she wants no more toys. She wants a sword. And to learn how to fight. She wants to avenge her father's death.
What did you do?
Gave her my Special Forces dagger. I'll teach her to defend herself. Natalis will teach her the art of war. She'll be a good queen. I can feel it.
What about Letho? Did you capture him?
Not entirely.
Meaning?
Letho awaits you in the former Temerian camp. He sent a messenger.
Let's go. Tell me what happened here on the way.
Pillage, rape, murder. Not necessarily in that order.
Who on whom?
The kings let their troops loose. They were supposed to deal with just the treacherous sorceresses, but they quickly decided every mage was a traitor. The soldiers vastly outnumbered the mages, who could do nothing with the magical blockade still in place throughout the city. When the rulers left the city surrounded by their armored cordons, soldiers in loose mobs went on a mage hunt. Most of the noted and powerful managed to flee. The others were hounded to death.
Calm down. I want to help.
Their eyes need to be opened. They must see.
They're dead.
I am too. But I opened my eyes and saw...
What did you see?
Peace Summit! Peace Summit! Peace Summit!
The world's gone mad.
Let's get out of here.
Stop. I heard something.
More marauders.
There he is!
That's no rumor.
How do you know?
From Sheila. She was surprisingly knowledgeable.
If it was the Nilfgaardians, then war's inevitable. Letho.
Triss.
All right. Let's end this.
No, Roach. I'm going alone.
Why, Geralt?
Take care of Triss. Wait for me at the city gate. If I'm not back within the hour, leave without me.
But...
Just do it, Roach. Please. I need to deal with this alone. Are you all right?
Yes. He saved me from the Nilfgaardians, and defended me from the troops.
Time to end this. Roach is waiting. I'll join you soon.
Geralt, he knows a lot.
I know, Triss. That's why we need to talk.
Don't get killed, Witcher.
I won't.
Took you a while?
Is that bauble from Sheila's megascope?
Mm-hmm. My final prank. I switched the diamonds. The one in the megascope has a flaw. Minute. But just large enough to warp the teleport. The Emperor's magic theorists assured me the effect would be spectacular.
I let her escape.
You're heartless. You've no idea what the Royal Witch Hunters have in store for her. A lot of pain for a long time.
I don't doubt it. So, ready to lay your cards out on the table?
No matter the game, There comes a point when all the players need to show their cards. I love that moment. But first... vodka?
I suppose my throat's a little dry?
In that case, let's drink to old friendships. Recovered your memory yet?
Not entirely.
Remember how we first met?
Yeah, I saved your life. Couldn't think of a nicer way to pay me back?
Frankly, I couldn't. I mean, taking care of another man's woman, Yennefer. I can't fathom what you saw in her, but I suppose there's no accounting for taste.
The winter solstice 1270. Midinvern, the night of magic. Letho wasn't lying, the hunt had stopped. At the Hanged Man's Tree, the spectral riders selected from among those they had taken. Yennefer was among them. A wraith cannot be killed, only driven away. Every witcher knows that. Yet the riders fell beneath the blows of our witcher's blades. Crimson blood flowed from under their dead men's armor. We could not kill them all. They were simply too many. A stalemate. He was different from all other elves. There was no shame in his gaze. He had never suffered persecution. He had endured no massacres. Humans had not taken his land. This elf was not of this world. He was an invader. We struck a deal. My soul for that of Yennefer. He agreed without hesitation.
Back with me, friend. Got the feeling you left for a minute.
Memories. I remember the Hanged Man's Tree and the Wild Hunt. I remember the exchange. Me for Yennefer.
So, cards out on the table. Unless you chase me all that way just to kill me.
I chased you for lots of reasons. You owe me some explanations to start with.
Let's say I do.
Tell me about Yennefer. What happened after I departed?
She was feverish for several days. Delirious. In agony. We thought that was it. She was on her way out. Somehow she recovered. But even then she was disoriented. Amnesia like you.
What then?
Well, the woman turned out to be quite a character. Throwing temper tantrums, trying to seduce orcs, trying to drive a wedge between us. After you so nobly sacrificed yourself, we thought it'd be dumb just to leave her somewhere. She wouldn't have survived more than a month. The whims and vigor of a duchess, but she was just a sorceress with no memory. We were in the heart of the Empire. And as I'm sure you know, Geralt, in Nilfgaard, mages who behave like that either drop their bad habits quickly, or are drawn and quartered by horses in the middle of Victory Square.
So I heard.
So we set out, wandered through the provinces. Everywhere we went, she got in trouble and we pulled her out. And then one day they captured us. The Imperial Secret Police. Me, Ox, Sarret, and Yennefer.
Imperial Secret Police?
Mm-hmm. We were separated, and they questioned us. Long and thoroughly, but it was uneventful, no violence. That's how I met Vatia de Rideau, and a couple of weeks later, the Emperor himself. Me, a simple witcher.
What happened to Yennefer?
I don't know. Never saw her again. The Emperor offered me a mission in the northern kingdoms. As for Yennefer, I had the feeling she was somehow important to Emir. As I see it, they learned of the Lodge from her. Those Imperial spooks have their ways. All I heard is that Vatir had his men watch Yennefer closely throughout the time she was at the palace. Then we went off to slay the kings of the north. That's where my knowledge ends.
So she's in the Empire?
She was when I left.
How did you know where we'd find the Wild Hunt?
Every Witcher who wears the viper around his neck knows the place. We had so many books and scrolls about the hunt that I used to think our school was founded for the very purpose of solving the riddle of the spectral riders.
Know who they are? You know the true identities of the riders?
From what I understand, they're some damn elven race. But they turned out to be a big ruse. The legendary Omen War proved to be a fairground attraction.
No Market Square mage could possibly conjure up a cavalcade of wraiths speeding across the sky. Then there's the amnesia. No, there's something more, I assure you.
Go ahead, enlighten me. I can tell you want to.
There are a lot of legends and myths about it, but the Wild Hunt is a fact. I've fought and killed many of its wraiths. They were spectral emanations, the avatars of real riders. The riders we ran into by the Hanged Man's Tree.
Are you telling me you were carried off by elves? Real material sons of bitches like the ordinary kind we deal with in this world?
They may be ordinary in their world, but they're strangers in ours. The conjunction of spheres, know the theory? Do you know how monsters appeared in our world?
There's not a Witcher who doesn't know that.
So you know there are other spheres. The most powerful of our mages can open passages between these worlds, and they usually do that to summon the monsters we then have to hunt. The elves we saw come from another world, and they weren't summoned. They found the way on their own. It's not exactly easy, so they usually send their spectral emanations. They come in person on special missions.
As they did for you and Yennefer. So, elves from another world and their trained wraiths. What did they want from you?
I've got an idea, but that's not your concern. How did a Witcher agree to kill humans at another human's bidding?
At the Emperor's bidding, Geralt. And he's no ordinary human. The rulers of the North come up to about where his Pauline's end.
Why?
Simple. He promised to rebuild the School of the Viper, the Witcher's order where I came to be. Witcher's schools in the south fell into ruin long ago. And Witchers themselves became internal exiles, banned from entering most cities. Besides Seret and Ox, I know of 2 other Witchers of the School of the Viper who should be alive and on the path. I don't know where they are. Haven't seen them for years. Now they can come out of hiding. They can come home.
Care to tell me what it was all about?
Kill as many rulers as we could. Lay the blame on the sorceresses. Breed chaos. Prepare the North. Soften it before the invasion. And you know what's incredible? We could not have imagined more fertile soil. No matter what the war's outcome, the northern monarchs will accuse one another. Pursue their God-given rights. Seek vengeance and be at each other's throats for years to come. The North resembles a whorehouse on fire, as your friend Dandelion would say.
How did you manage to contact Sheila?
It wasn't a problem once I learned of the Lodge's existence. Initially, she watched my every move. But sooner or later, everyone starts treating me like a big oaf. I mean, I can't change how I look. I stayed close to Sheila, killed a few beasts for her, and whined about how unhappy I was, how unfair the world was. So much, in fact, that I actually got her gander up a few times. I made sure a few potentially trustworthy witnesses saw us together, could link us. Security in case I was captured. I also prepared to assassinate the King of Kavir. Esterad Tyson was to be the first victim of the mysterious assassins. But before I could do the dirty deed, Sheila asked me to slay Demavend. The gods had smiled upon me. I couldn't believe my luck. Here I'd been trying to figure out how to frame Sheila, and now all I needed was to carry out her orders and follow through.
How do you manage to slay Demavend?
Sheila's magic. I mean, she could give us the king's every move. His habits, the positions of the palace guards, anything. All we had to do was navigate the labyrinth and land the final blow. Besides, she had plenty of gold for the preparations. Greased palms abundantly. It had all the makings of a cakewalk. But it's never that easy. We barely avoided our pursuers. And we wouldn't have if not for Yorveth Scoia'tael, another of Sheila's ideas. With Yorveth's elves, not only did we cut down Demavend, but traveling with them put us out of the Lodge's reach. We could calmly plan Foltest's and Hensel's assassinations.
Where'd you get your information about the Lodge?
From the Emperor and Vatir de Rideau, the Emperor's chief spy. And I believe they got it out of Yennefer.
She recovered her memory?
Nah. I'd never claimed she had formed on her friends consciously. I expect they found a way to tap into her memory in spite of her amnesia, and without her knowing it. There was a sorcerer present when I was questioned. A young, proud intelligence officer. Whatever the case, they gave me a list of the sorceresses in the Lodge. Only Emir, Vatir, and I were present. Only we knew of the mission.
How did you know Foltest would come to the monastery's solar?
Yorveth and I planned Foltest's murder. The King of Temeria would have to deal with the Lavalette sooner or later, and he made no secret of it. I was sure he'd want to recover his bastard children in the process. And where do they take the children when a castle's under siege? I had to become a monk. But I couldn't just arrive at the monastery and claim I'd seen the light. Not very believable. So one of Arion's patrols out in the forests happened on a Scoia'tael unit torturing a helpless monk. Arion's brave men drove off the elves and I found shelter in the monastery.
No one noticed you had no wounds?
I paid the monk who treated me a lot of orens to stay silent. Actually, it was only a loan, because I killed him later. Only the dead can keep a secret. Then all I had to do was wait for the situation to develop. When I saw you enter the chamber with Foltest, I thought I might fail. Luckily, you failed. To recognize an old friend.
When did you decide to get rid of Yorveth?
As soon as I realized I couldn't manipulate him. A true fox, that one. He was so observant, so dangerous. I got the sense he might see through me at any moment.
You made a mistake. You were untouchable as long as the Scoia'tael were protecting you.
Maybe, but with Yorveth, my hands were tied. If I'd finished off Kieran...
But you didn't. And that allowed me to drive a wedge between you and Yorveth. I forced you to flee.
And I let you live. You know I could have killed you. You're forgetting.
So Sheila was looking for you when she came to Flotsam.
Mm-hmm. She thought she was still in control and wanted to get rid of me. I'd bet my eyes that she thought I'd lost my mind, or that Yorveth was manipulating me.
And the North descended deeper into chaos.
Exactly. There was just one problem. You. I could have killed you in the Elven ruins. Thing is, you weren't really my enemy.
Shame you didn't take a shot at Henselt yourself. History might have taken a different turn.
Maybe I would have killed him. Maybe you would have killed me, who knows? But Henselt's death, although desirable, wasn't necessary anymore. The plan could go forward without it. You killed Seret and Orcs. Damn shame as I see it. Two good witchers.
They were murderers, Letho, just like you. Don't change the subject.
Right. I was on my way to Loch Muin by that time. I had to prepare, inform that prune Shillard of the plan. Everything had to play out perfectly. There was no room for error.
Why are you still here? Why did you wait for me this time?
I knew you wouldn't give up. I knew you'd pursue me. And I don't aim to hide anymore. Fact is, only you know the truth about me. Well, and a couple of folks whose word isn't worth spit anymore. I never saw you as a foe. I want to go my way. But if I have to fight you first, so be it. This story ends here and now.
I'm done talking. Let's finish this.
Want to fight?
Any vodka left in that bottle?
A swig apiece. Here. The Imperial army is probably crossing the Yaruga as we speak. Pure pandemonium will ensue. The North's finished. Time to go south, where the good life awaits.
You're a fool, Letho. Both you and your Emperor are forgetting one thing. Misfortune brings people together. Very shortly, the North could be united like never before, thanks to you. But that's just not my concern anymore.
I'm not your foe. I never was. Let me walk away and I will. You'll never see me again. Force me to fight, and this time I'll kill you.
Time to fight. Ready?
As I'll ever be. You fear death. Stop whining and fight. What does it feel like to be almost dead?
I said fight.
Retire quickly. You're nowhere near me. I've had enough of this dance. Goodbye, Geralt.
The Witcher had traveled far and wide in search of the Kingslayers. In Flotsam, he slew Bernard Laredo, but few mourned for the Commandant. Flotsam remained Temerian, while command of the garrison and town went to a Vizima noble, a sworn enemy of Kedwen and an avid angler. To this day, folk gather round bonfires in Lobenden to hear of the Witcher's deeds. The Witcher witnessed a great Kedweni victory in Edirn. At Vergen, Henselt's army crushed Saskia the Dragonslayer's motley force, ending the springtime of races. Soldiers of the Unicorn swarmed over the Pontar Valley. As it had before, powerful Kedwen swallowed Upper Edirn whole. Yet subsequent events would render Henselt's triumph short-lived. With Foltest slain, Temeria's barons began to vie for the throne. Many dreamt of donning the crown, yet none could assemble the allies required to snatch it. The kingdom's last hope, as it teetered at the edge of civil war, lay in little Anais. Natalis was named regent and ruled the land, yet the girl was the living symbol of the realm's salvaged unity. A tempest descended on the north, at least partly the work of manipulative mages. It seemed the turmoil in Temeria, Edirn, and Kedwen would benefit them most. Common folk turned against sorceresses and all magic freaks, witchers included. Castles that had hitherto welcomed mavens of the magic arts now shut their gates to any who sought shelter there. A witch hunt ensued. It was a time of great uncertainty, of rape accomplished by royal decree. Yet as troubled as the day seemed, we, who had in some way shaped the world's fate, finally received some respite. Zoltan resumed the quest for his beloved's hand, and I laid my head in the laps of the muses. Who could have known this tempest which had ravaged the north was but a harbinger of darker days, and the preamble to an entirely new tale of Geralt of Rivia.